We've got something different for you today. Now, sometimes in my classes at Edith Borthwick, for the older classes, well in fact all of them use sometimes now, we look at different instruments. Now at Edith Borthwick School they've got a music room full of amazing instruments. So we've looked at saxophones, euphoniums, trumpets, clarinets, what else, violins, and another instrument that we've looked at that's really fantastic actually is a cello. The cello is fantastic for all the children, including the sensory children, and I'll explain why in a minute. Now what I always say when I play the instruments, apart from the oboe, which I can play, and the guitar a little bit, is it's really rubbish because I can't play them properly. But the beauty of doing this at home is we've got Tilda. Now Tilda's instrument is a cello. Tilda, would you like to bring your cello over? So I'm going to explain the instrument and show it to you. And oh, we're so lucky Tilda's going to play it for us, which is so good. And I'm often saying, oh, I wish Tilda was here because she could play the cello for us. So yes, so anyway, let's talk about the cello first. So this is the cello. This is a quarter size cello, so it's a small one, and they go quarter size, half size, so when you get a bit bigger, 3/4 size, and then a full size cello for when you're a big grown up, so it's much bigger. So this size is perfect for Tilda, who's 10. In fact, she's 11 on Sunday, it's her birthday, so that's exciting. So it's perfect for sort of, she's had it I think since she's been about 8, yeah, 8 till about 11ish. 7 or 8. So here's our cello. It's a beautiful instrument. So we'll start at the bottom. So at the bottom here we've got a spike. Can you, I don't know, Miles, can we see this? I don't know, hopefully. So this spike goes in and out, okay? And what we do is we adjust it until it's exactly at the right point. Okay, cool. There we are. So, and then you tighten it up, and that's in the best place. So we've got these little things here, they help to tune the strings, and I'll explain that a little bit more. So we've got 4 strings. Now my guitar, which you've seen me playing, has got 6 strings. So shall we count the strings together on the cello? Hopefully you can see. So we've got a tiny string there, 1, 2, 3, 4 strings. 4 strings. I won't play it yet. And then this piece here. Now what do you think this little piece here could be? It's made out of wood, and the strings go whoop over the top of it. You walk along. So this, I wonder if you could guess what it's called. Can anyone guess? It's called a bridge. Ah, the bridge, and the strings go all the way over the top of it. And this long black bit here is called the fingerboard, because the fingers go up and down when you're playing the cello. And at the top we've got the tuning pegs. So you can tune the cello from these tuning pegs, which are quite nice, they're made out of wood, and you twist them around and you get the strings to play exactly the right note. And you can use these little golden tuning ones as well, that's finely tuning. So the cello's made out of wood. Can you see how beautiful and shiny it is? And in the middle we've got 2 holes. Aren't they beautiful? Beautiful shapes. And they look a little bit like an F. Now this is quite interesting. An F in musical language means forte, which means loud. And that's quite interesting, because what happens is the sound goes from the strings all the way through the holes, and it vibrates and goes all the way around the cello inside. The inside of the cello is hollow, and the sound comes out really loud. So those are really beautiful holes, and they look like Fs. So the other thing that we use for the cello is called, oh, I wonder if any of the children from Edith Borthwick can remember what it's called. Can you remember? It's called a bow, because Tilda's going to show you bow across the strings. Now the bow, this is another question. Can anybody who's done a cello class with me before tell me what this part of the bow is made out of? It's long kind of stringy things. Can you remember? Let me tell you. These parts are made out of horsehair from the tail of the horse. Oh, it's really amazing. And that's what goes across the strings and makes the sound. Now this little bit here tightens up and loosens, so when you play the cello you have to have it quite tight. And the other part of the cello, the bow, is made out of wood. So shall I pass over to Tilda now, and she can explain a little bit about the high notes and the low notes, and then she might even play us a tune. What do you think? Let's see. So Tilda, would you like to come and sit down?
Hello. So I'm going to explain the low note and the high note. So we've got the lowest note on the cello here, which is called a C string. It's very low.
Now, what I love about this, sorry, I'm going to interrupt. In our sensory classes at Edith Borthwick, we put our hands on the cello here. So if you do it again, Tilda, oh, I wish you could do this yourself. And it vibrates. You can feel the sound through your hands, sort of going up your arm a bit. Do it again, it's lovely. So that's really amazing. Anyway, sorry Tilda, carry on.
Alright, so that's the low note. So that's the lowest note on the cello. And this is a high note. So you can tell the difference between the low note and the high note. Or you can go even higher, and that's very high. Alright, so I'm going to play something that's called a scale, which goes from a low note to a high note and back down again. It's called a C major scale because it starts on this string, and that string is called a C. Right, now I'm going to play a piece.
Okay.
And this piece is called Cat's Eyes. Now it's quite an easy piece for me because it's a few grades lower and I'm grade 4. So I'm less likely to make any mistakes. Now the reason I chose this piece was because it's a little bit of a mix. I didn't just choose it because it's a good piece. I do think it's a good piece, but it has something called pizzicato, where you play the string with your fingers. It also has arco, which is playing with the bow as well, which is what you normally use. Alright, so I'm going to play this piece. It's a very swingy piece.
Well done, Tilda, that was amazing. Oh, well done. So if you take your cello now, there you go. Oh, I wish that Tilda could come with me to the school and play it for you. But anyway, good, well done.